Andeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanu Shri Guru Charanam Mande Ramanavestai Putare Rupanu Bhaktivedanta Charanam Shri Krishna Leela Katane Sarakshamadhari Madhavi Ganesh Param Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Shri Sanam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shivasari Shri Gaur Jai Rup Sanatan Bhakti Shri Ji Gopal Bhakti Vasudeva Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare. So first of all, I offer my Shastanga Dandot pranams at the Lord's feet of our spiritual masters. Tlai Shrivan Bhaktivedanta Shri Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Devi and Tlai Shrivan Bhaktivedanta Shri Ram Goswami Maharaj Shri entire Rupana Gauri Guru Varga, to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present. So on the order of the Vaishnavas, try to speak a few words on these tithis. So today is the tithi, it's called Rukmini Dashi. This tithi is the appearance day of Rukmini. In the temples, they are celebrating this tithi as the appearance day of Rukmini Devi. So here in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, many beautiful glories of Rukmini Devi are described. Because we hear that when Krishna wanted to go to Braj, he couldn't do so because if he would go to Braj, then the separation that the Brajvasis would feel would only increase like so much more. So it is for this reason that he couldn't go to Braj. So then Uddhava, he was convincing Krishna to go to Braj so much, but still Krishna would not relent. Krishna, he was not prepared to go. And Rohini, she said that this Krishna is so cruel-hearted. All the Brajvasis are suffering so much in separation from him, more than 100 years of separation, and still he's not going. So this is like very inexplicable on his part. We cannot understand why he's not going to Braj. So then Rukmini Devi, she told Rohini Devi that actually Krishna, he's feeling so much separation from the Brajavasis that what to speak of remembering the gopis. He cannot even forget the cows of Vrindavan. Sometimes in the middle of the night, he's calling out to the cows. Oh Shamali, oh Dholi, oh Gange, oh Pishange. And sometimes he thinks I'm one of the gopis and he starts pulling on my cloth. Oh Radhe, oh Lalite, oh Vishakhi, where are you? Have you seen my flute? He's saying. And this way Rukmini Devi, she's telling Rohini that actually in this way you see, this separation he feels from the Brajvasis is so much more deep than the separation he feels from any of us. Why? Because the queens are always present with Krishna in Dwaraka. While the gopis, they're not always present with Krishna. Why? Because the relationship that Krishna has with the gopis is called Parakiya Bhav. It's called this conjugal relationship, paramour love. But the relationship that Krishna has with the queens of Dwaraka is called Sakhiya Bhav. Means they're married to each other. So one of the symptoms of Parakiya Bhav is Durlabhata. Means it is very rare for Radha and Krishna to meet freely with each other. But on the other hand, you see Krishna and all the queens, they freely meet with each other. They're with each other the whole time, the whole day, the whole night. But this is not the case with the gopis. And also, the brain, the rati, that the gopis have for Krishna is called Samartha Rati. Samartha means it is fully capable, fully competent of controlling Krishna. Is Samartha Rati. And the brain that the queens of Dwaraka have is called Samanjasa. Samanjasa means it is like, it is not very low and it is neither too high. It is in the intermediate level. Means to some extent they can control Krishna, but not fully. Not like gopis. Because we see when first Rukmini met Krishna, how did she come to know about the glories of Krishna? Narad Rishi, he would speak to Rukmini about Krishna's glories. And Rukmini Devi would be so attracted to his glories just by listening. And then gradually this desire awakened within her heart to marry Krishna. And then this Brahmin, he was sent as a messenger to Krishna because Rukmini's brother Rukmini, he wanted to marry Rukmini to Shishupal. And as you know, Shishupal, he was a great enemy of Krishna. He never liked Krishna in the first place. He never liked him. It is said that Shishupal in his heart, he had so much enmity for Krishna. Why? Because when he was born with 4 hands. And his mother was very surprised, saying this is a very abnormal baby. Normally babies are born with 2 hands, but this abnormal baby is born with 4 hands. Then she heard a voice from the sky, this Akashvani. Then this voice said that the person who is going to kill this baby, as soon as he appears here, 2 of his arms will disappear. And he will be 2 hands. So then Shishupal, when he was born, his mother was inviting so many of her relatives. Krishna was also a relative of Shishupal. So when Krishna came there, then Shishupal's 2 arms disappeared. So then his mother realized that Krishna is going to be the killer of Shishupal, my son. So then she fell at the feet of Krishna. And she said, "Oh, Prabhu Vasudev, son of Devaki, son of Vasudev, kindly spare my son, Shishupal. Don't kill him." And then Krishna said, "Alright, I will not kill him, but I will give him 100 chances. No, 100 chances. Then his mother said, "Oh, this boy, I will raise him up in such a way that he will be a very good gentleman. He will never abuse anyone, he will never find faults with anyone." But then when Shishupal found out that Krishna was going to kill him, he became very angry. He became very envious of Krishna also. So then he always had this enmity, saying, "He is my killer. Who does he think he is? I am so great, and he wants to kill me." So then Shishupal, Rukmini and Shishupal were friends. Rukmini's elder brother. So then Rukmini, he wanted Shishupal to marry Rukmini. And Rukmini's father, this Bhishmak, he wanted Rukmini to marry Krishna. But Rukmini was very strong. He said, "No, you only marry Shishupal." So then Rukmini Devi, she sent one letter to Krishna through a Brahmin, saying, "Kindly come and take me away from here. Because Shishupal is like a jackal. You are like a lion. And food which is meant for the lion is being taken away by the jackal. So kindly come and rescue me." So then Krishna, he came from Dwarka. And then he came to this Vidarbha Nagar. So Vidarbha Nagar is called Amravati now. It's in Maharashtra, this place where Rukmini was born. And then Krishna, he came there, he fought with Rukmini and he took Rukmini away. And in Baladev Prabhu also came there and he protected Krishna from Rukmini. And then Krishna actually wanted to kill Rukmini. But Baladev, he told Krishna, "Don't spare her. He's a brother-in-law. Don't do this to him." So then what did Krishna do? He took his sword and he cut parts of Rukmini's hair and part of his moustache. So for a Kshatriya, this is very dishonorable, very insulting. For a Kshatriya to lose parts of his hair and parts of his moustache. Very insulting. You cannot, for Kshatriya, to be insulted is worse than even death itself. He'd rather die than being insulted. So this way Krishna cut part of his hair and he sent him back to the kingdom. And Rukmini was very angry. Oh, he had been insulted. So anyhow, Rukmini went back to the kingdom and then he also became very envious of Krishna then. So then, once Baladev Prabhu, he came to Rukmini's place. And Rukmini and Baladev, they were gambling with each other. Because Kshatriyas, they like gambling. They like throwing dice, gambling with each other, doing all these things. So then, Baladev Prabhu actually was winning, but Rukmini and all his friends, they were conspiring against him. They were cheating. So then they started insulting Baladev Prabhu in so many ways, shouting at him, insulting, abusing him. Then Baladev Prabhu, he didn't want to do anything to Rukmini because Rukmini was also his relative now. But then he could no longer tolerate all these insults and abuses and killed Rukmini like that. And then Shishupal's anger grew even more towards Krishna and Baladev now. He was even more angry now because Rukmini was his best friend. So now he was getting all the more angry, all the more angry. So then there was this Rajasuya Yajna, means this festival where Yudhishthira was organizing this huge festival where so many guests were coming from everywhere. So that day we heard in class, in Gaur Purnima, Prabhuji was saying that Krishna, he used to wash the feet of the Brajadevis, the Sakhis. So when all the guests came, since the Sakhis had personally trained Krishna, that Krishna would personally wash the feet of all the guests there. Each and every guest. Why? Because the Pandavas had bound Krishna by their prem, by their love. They bound him in their hearts. So anyone who would come, regardless, high or low, they would come, Krishna would wash their feet. Sprinkle the water on his head. And then he'd send them inside. So then, when this Rajasuya Yajna was about to begin, then they were thinking, who should be the chief guest? The guest of honor. So then, Nakul, the youngest of the Pandavas, Nakul and Sahadev, they said Krishna should be the chief guest of this Rajasuya Yajna. So then when Bhishma heard this, he became very happy. He said, yes, Vasudev, he should be the main person who will receive the tributes of everyone. But then when Shishupal heard this, he became very angry. Then he started saying, what is this old man saying? This old man, he's saying that Krishna should be worshipped, we should all fall at his feet. So then he started abusing Krishna. Then all that anger he had in his heart, that pent up anger, then he started venting it out. Saying, oh, no one knows which caste he belongs to, no one knows who his wife is, no one knows who his parents are. He's stealing from the homes of everyone. He's stealing the clothes of all the gopis. He's such a low class person. If you read in the Mahabharata, you can read some of those insults. So you can see how he's insulting, very detailed way he's insulting actually. You'll be so surprised. Shishupal, he memorized all those things. Saying one after another, all the leelas of Krishna he knew. Everything, top to bottom. Because you see, he was so absorbed in Krishna in this hatred. He was so much absorbed. Only thinking about Krishna, thinking about it. Like his heart became one with that remembrance. And all the leelas of Krishna, beginning from his birth and until going to Dwarka, everything he started mentioning. So actually he was glorifying Krishna actually. It is said that when he was abusing Krishna, Saraswati Devi, she sat on his tongue and she made it seem that actually there were abuses, but actually there were glorifications. He was actually glorifying Krishna. But then again he had so much hate and then anyhow those abuses Krishna knew. And then Krishna, he gave him one last chance. He said, Shishupal, now you have only 3 or 4 chances left. Now be careful. And Shishupal got more angry, saying, who are you black person, you're telling me this, that. He started abusing him even more. So then Krishna, he took his Sudarshan Chakra and he cut his head off. And then to everyone's surprise, Shishupal's soul, his Atma, went and merged inside Krishna's feet. In this way. So in this way we see that Rukmini, she was meant to be married to him. But then Krishna, he took her away to Dwaraka. And therein Rukmini is glorifying the Vrajadevis so much. Saying he's always remembering the gopis. He never forgets them. He's remembering them so much. He's weeping in separation from them so much that the entire bed is becoming wet with his tears. The entire pillow is becoming wet. He cannot stop forgetting them. So what are you saying, Mother Rohini? Then we know that all the queens headed by Rukmini, they went to Rohini Devi and they said that you have witnessed all of Krishna's pastime since his very birth. You've been there. So we want to listen to some of these leelas, these Braj leelas. So then Rohini, she said, all right. I'll speak this Braj Katha to all of you, but make sure that no anadhikari, no person unqualified will come and disturb us. So then they told Subhadra, the younger sister of Krishna, that you go and guard this place. Rohini, she will speak all these leelas of Braj. You stand there, make sure no one will enter inside. And then Rohini, all these leelas of Krishna from top to bottom, she started describing them. And all the queens were listening in 2 years, like drinking this nectar through their ears, this katha. So then, we know wherever pastimes of Vrindavan were spoken, Krishna and Baladev, they're not far behind. So immediately they came running to that place where this katha was being spoken. But then Subhadra, she stopped them. She said, no, you cannot go inside. Mother Rohini, she has forbidden me from anyone entering inside. So then they came inside there, they stood at the doorway and they started listening. And then they heard all these different glorifications of the gopis. Because Rohini, she also knows how the gopis serve Krishna, how the sakhas serve Krishna, how Nanda and Yashoda serve Krishna. She knows all these leelas. It is not that she doesn't know anything. So she started speaking all these pastimes of Braj. And while speaking of them, Krishna and Baladev and Subhadra, their hearts started melting so much. These Ashtasaptik bhavs started manifesting on their transcendental forms. And then it started manifesting to such a degree that only their eyes were seen. Their hands and legs melted as well. And it was this darshan that they gave that is seen in Jagannath Puri as Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. So who was responsible for this Leela? It was Rukmini Devi herself. She wanted that everyone know about these Leelas of Braj. Because she knows that Krishna ultimately is controlled only by the prema of the Rajagopis. He is not even controlled by us. Because the queens, each and every one of them, they have 10 sons and 1 daughter. So their love and affection is divided between all those 10 sons and 1 daughter. And then whatever is left, they give to Krishna. But the gopis, whom do they have? They have no one. They have left their parents, they have left their husbands, their in-laws, their family, their shame. They have left everything behind to be with Krishna. And because they have such one-pointed love for Krishna, Krishna is completely controlled by them. It's called Samartharati. So even Rukmini is saying that I fall at the feet of the gopis. And I seek their blessings. That I can also love Krishna one day like how the gopis do. I am also praying for this good fortune. And Rukmini Devi, she was so humble. Once Durvasa Rishi, he came to Dwaraka in the middle of the night. He came there in the middle of the night to Dwaraka and then he started waking all the Dwarkavasis up. All the Dwarkavasis knew that this is Durvasa Rishi, a great Rishi. So then immediately Krishna and Rukmini, they came and they fell at the feet of Durvasa. And then Durvasa Rishi, he told Krishna, now I am very hungry. You give me something to eat? He said. Then Rukmini, she immediately went inside the kitchen. She made very nice kheer, like hot kheer. So then she made this hot kheer. And then when they brought it to Durvasa, Durvasa only took like a little of that kheer. Took a little of that kheer, he put it inside his mouth, and then he put his hand back. And then he told Krishna, now take this kheer and put it all over your body. Take my remnants and put it all over your body. So then all the Dwarkavasis, they were thinking, what is Durvasa Rishi saying? He is telling our Prabhu, Krishna, to take this kheer and put it all over his body. What is he saying? But Krishna was so humble, he took that kheer, it was burning so much. He took it and he put that kheer all over his body, from hip to his ankles, under his ankles. He didn't put that kheer on his feet. Why? He was thinking these are the remnants of the Vaishnavas, the devotees. How can I put these remnants on my feet? No, because you're not supposed to step on Mahaprasad. So then he didn't put that remnants on his feet, but he put it all over his body. And then Durvasa Rishi, he told Rukmini, alright Rukmini, now I will sit on a chariot and Krishna will be my charioteer and Rukmini, you will pull this chariot like a horse. Krishna will tie a rope around you and you will pull it. And the Yaduvanshis became even more angry. What is he saying? Rukmini is like the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi herself. And this Rishi is saying that she should act like a horse and pull this chariot. But Krishna said, don't say anything. Whatever he's saying, let him say. So then Krishna tied a rope on Rukmini's neck or hands. Then he became the charioteer and Rukmini started pulling this chariot. And then she started pulling Durvasa all over Dwaraka. And then the Yaduvanshis, they were so angry, they wanted to beat Durvasa. And then Durvasa, he saw what was happening. And immediately got down from the chariot. And he started running away from them. Then Krishna, he called Durvasa Rishi back. He said, Prabhu, where are you going? He said, I promise none of these Dwarkavasis will even lay a finger on you. They won't do anything. You kindly tell us why you perform such mysterious leelas, pastimes. Then Durvasa Rishi, he told everyone, I was showing everyone how humble you are. In the middle of the night I came, and then I asked for this hot kheer, and then I told you to put this burning kheer, my remnants all over your body, and you did so. So is there anyone more humble than you? But he said, I bless you, Krishna, that because you put my remnants all over your body will be stronger than a thunderbolt, he said. But still, you didn't put some of those remnants on your feet for some reason unknown. So he said that feet of yours will be vulnerable. That will be vulnerable, that feet. So then, he blessed Rukmini. That Rukmini, you will be known as the most chaste lady, one of the most chaste ladies in all of this world. Because you didn't say even a single word to me, and still you pulled me this way. So said Durvasa, he blessed Rukmini. And then we know that ultimately, this hunter, he shot the arrow at Krishna's feet. And then Krishna performed this pastime of leaving this world. So this pastime of Krishna leaving this world is very confusing for people. Because even though if you go to Dwaraka, there is one place where they show that in this spot Krishna left his body. They didn't even know this person in Dwaraka. So people cannot reconcile how Bhagavan himself can leave his body. No. Because who was this hunter who shot this arrow at Krishna's feet? This hunter was actually the son of Bali, Angad. He was this hunter. Because we know Ram, when he killed Bali, how did he kill Bali? He stood behind these tall trees and then he killed him. Why? Because Bali had this benediction that any person who would come in front of him, he would take 50% of his Shakti away. So this even applied to Ram also. So Ram, he stood behind and he shot this arrow and he killed Bali. And he made Sugriv the king. So Angad, although he served Ram so much, still in his heart, he had like this sadness that my father died in such a way. So when Ram was, after Ram defeated Ravan, and Ram was given so many gifts to all the Vanaras, all the monkey warriors, then Angad he came there. And Ram said, Angad, what do you want? And Angad said, I want revenge. So Ram said, what are you saying that you want revenge? He said, you killed my father in such a way, for no reason. Bali, he was the enemy of Sugriv, but he was not your enemy. Why did you have to kill him for no reason? So then Ram said, all right. In next incarnation, when I appear as Krishna, then you can do the same thing that I did to your father. So then what happened? After Krishna, he spoke the entire, there's one section there called Uddhav Sandesh, Uddhav Geet, in the Bhagavatam 11th canto. So after Krishna spoke all these instructions to Uddhava, there he was resting underneath a tree, and there this hunter, he thought Krishna's feet resembled a deer. So then he took his arrow and he shot it there. So here the question arises, how can a deer come there? Because we know when Krishna was leaving his body, 56 crore Yaduvanshis, they were killing each other. And 56 crore people, you can imagine, so millions of people, they're killing each other. Then there's blood everywhere. No. If even like 100 people kill each other, you'll see blood everywhere. And millions of people are killing each other. So when millions of people are killing each other, then where is the scope of a deer appearing there? How will a deer even appear there? There is no like possibility of a deer appearing there. But still a deer appeared there. And then what happened? This hunter, he thought that this deer entered inside the forest, and there he saw Krishna's feet and he thought it was a deer and he shot it. And then he realized it was Krishna himself. Then he fell at the feet of Krishna and he said, oh, what have I done? And Krishna said, no, this was my promise to you. And now I've fulfilled my promise. And then, in one way, in one form, it was seen that Krishna actually left his body. But this was for whom? This was for those who were atheistic, who didn't even believe in Krishna. No. Krishna, he swallowed the entire forest fire. He lifted Giriraj. He killed so many demons. And can one small arrow kill him? No, there's no way one small arrow can kill him. But still people think this is the reason he died. They say, Krishna died. They say. No. But then Krishna in one form he appeared in that way as though he was leaving his body. In another form what happened? He went to his eternal abode, Goloka. These people cannot reconcile. And Gurudev he gives an example. He says Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, while explaining this Leela in his Sarartha Darshani commentary, there he has mentioned that once there was a family of magicians. So once one husband and wife who were magicians, they went and they performed so many magical tricks. So many tricks. And then the king and the queen, they were so like charmed by these magicians, by this couple. So then they also had some children, like 2 small boys. They were the children. So then the queen, she gave her necklace to one of these boys. Then what did that boy do? He grabbed it. And then another boy, he wanted to grab it. And another boy, this other boy was fighting with him. They were trying to grab it with each other. And then what did they do? They took their swords and they cut each other's head off. One boy cut, like simultaneously they cut each other's head off. And then the husband and wife, they thought, oh no, our sons have died, now what is the use of us living? And they also killed each other. And then the queen was thinking, what is happening here? No, all 4 of them have killed each other because of me. Then like, she became very sad. So then after some days, the queen, she received a letter. Then in the letter it is said, "Oh Queen, you were so happy with us when we performed like some of these tricks. Now this was our best trick." And the Queen was thinking, what are they saying? And then when she came there she saw that the husband, wife and their 2 sons were all alive. Nothing had happened to them in the first place. No. So you see here, even ordinary magicians, they can perform such deceptions. No, like killing each other, doing so many things. Like I was seeing one magician, he even like, one lady was lying and he cut her body into pieces. I was seeing this. One piece went this way and one piece went this way. So even magicians can do such things. No? Like there was one magician in Bengal called P.C. Sarkar, a very famous magician in Calcutta. So once he was supposed to come for his show at like 4 o'clock in the evening. But then he was supposed to come at 4, but he came at like 5:30, an hour and a half late. So then all these people were so angry at this magician, this P.C. Sarkar. He's supposed to come, he's making us wait here for like 2 hours. Let him come here, no? We'll give him like, nicely, we'll give him a nice thrashing. We have so many things to do here, and he's making us wait for so long. So then as soon as he entered inside, when he came on the stage, everyone started abusing him. So we use this man, you're making us wait so much, this, that. And he said, "Why are you abusing me?" And he said, "Because you made us wait so long, 2 hours you made us wait. You were supposed to come here at 4, you came here at like 6. And now you're asking us why we're abusing you." And he said, "I came at the exact time." He said, "What are you saying?" "I didn't come at 6, I came here exactly at 4. And they're saying, "What are you saying?" And he said, "Look at all your watches." Then everyone started looking at their watches, it was 4 o'clock. Each and every watch had 4 o'clock, not 6. And they're thinking, what is this person doing? How did he make all our watches go back at 4? So even ordinary magicians, you see how powerful they are. They can do so many things. And Krishna, who is he? He's the supreme magician. No. When he was with the gopis, he expanded himself into so many forms. And he was singing and dancing with them. When he was eating with the sakhas, every sakha felt he was sitting right beside him. And Krishna was giving their remnants to him, and they were giving their remnants to him. So what is not possible for him? Everything is possible for him. So this was only one leela that he did to cheat the atheistic people. But people, they cannot reconcile. Even now you see they're saying so many things. And Krishna is just an ordinary being. They're saying he was a very powerful personality, that's all. Or else why did he leave his body? Why did he die? People say such things. So that leela took place there in Dwaraka, only meant to cheat those who are meant to be cheated. And those who know the essence of this leela, they'll grasp the real essence and they'll advance as part of Krishna Bhakti. So in this way, Rukmini was always there with Krishna by his side. And she knew all the confidential services of the gopis as well. It is said, Rupa Goswami, he has described in his Lalit Madhav, that all the queens of Krishna who are present in Dwaraka, they are actually manifestations of the gopis in Braj. Rukmini is said to be a manifestation of Chandravali. Satyabhama, she is said to be a manifestation of Srimati Radhika. Mitravinda, supposed to be a manifestation of Vishaka. Jambavati, she is a manifestation of Lalita. They say all these queens, these 16,108 queens, Sanatana Goswami is described here in this Brihad Bhagavatamrita, that they reminded Krishna of all these gopis who were performing this Katyayani Vrat. Now all these gopis wanted to have Krishna as their husband. So similarly here, all these queens, they were looking at Krishna as their own husband. So when Krishna would see them, he'd only be reminded of these gopis of Braj. And it's for this reason he married them. Or else why would he marry them? Now, like here in this Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when Krishna was speaking on the glories of Braj, then Satyabhama, she became so angry at Krishna. Why are you disturbing the gopis of the gopis in front of all of us? Are we not able to satisfy you? Are we not able to please you, make you happy? That you're glorifying all the gopis in front of everyone. Then she became so angry and she just left the place there. Then Krishna, he became so angry as Satyabhama, he told Uddhav that tell that daughter of Satyajit that if she doesn't come here, then tell her to leave this place. No need for her to even stay in Dwaraka. She can go back to her mother's place. Krishna said, tell that foolish lady of Satyajit, he said. Krishna was so angry at Satyabhama. He said, how can he not listen to the glories of the gopis? Then he told Satyabhama, when she came there, she was very humble. Satyabhama, she was no longer in man, she was no longer angry. And she was very humble, very like me. And she came in front of Krishna. And then Krishna, he told Satyabhama, the only reason I love any of you is because all of you remind me so much of those gopis. That is the only reason I speak with all of you. Or else what relationship do I have with any of you, he said. If it wasn't for those gopis, then I wouldn't have even stayed with you for even one day, Krishna said. I'm only staying with you because all the Brajavasis, they think that I'm happy with all of you. That's why they don't come and disturb me here in Dwaraka. Or else the Brajavasis would have left Vrindavan long back, they would have come here and taken me back to Braj. But why are they not coming here? Because Nanda and Yashoda, they're thinking if our son is happy there, being married to all these queens, and let him be happy there. We will not disturb him. It is for this reason that I'm not going back. Or else I would have left all of you in one moment and I would have gone back to Braj. So when Krishna was speaking these words, Rukmini, she knew what Krishna was saying. No? She could grasp the essence of all his words. No? So this way we see that even these associates of Krishna in Dwaraka, they also know the glories of Braj. But on the other hand, we see that there's Dwarkadish Krishna and there's Nandanandan Krishna, Brajendranandan Krishna. So how can we reconcile? Because in the spiritual world, we see Golok has three sections. There is Dwaraka, Mathura and Gokul. No. So in Dwaraka, Krishna is present as Vasudeva Nandan Krishna. And there he is perfect by himself. And in Mathura, he is present as Mathuranath Krishna. Where Kubja and all the others serve him in this Sadharan Rati. So there in Aprakat Braj, in Aprakat Golok, we see that the Dwarkavasis, they are happy serving Krishna in their own rasa. And Krishna is happy accepting those services from them. There he doesn't think about the Brajavasis. No. Or else it will be Rasahas. There he doesn't think about them. Like in Vaikuntha, does Narayan think about the Brajavasis? No. Similarly, it's like that. But in the Prakat Leela, in the Leelas that manifest in the material world, there is this speciality that even Dwarkadish Krishna, who is actually Brajendranandan Shamsundar, he remembers the Brajavasis. He remembers them. And when he speaks about them so much, it seems he's not even in Dwaraka, he's only in Vrindavan. This is the speciality of his Prakat Leela. But in Aprakat Leela, there is no such conception there. And Krishna is remembering the Brajavasis, he's weeping so much in separation from them, he's pulling at the cloth of Rukmini and saying, oh Lalite, oh Vishake, oh Radhe. No. There it doesn't happen. It's happening only here in this Prakat Braj. The speciality is here. So in this way, Rukmini, she's always there, listening to all these glories. Today, many devotees, they're observing her Avirbhav Tithi. So what do we pray for? No. What do we pray for Rukmini Devi? That she also help us in our Krishna Bhakti. No. Like many people, they say, like, what need is there to pray to Lakshmi Devi in Bale 1? You see in Bale 1, there's a temple of Lakshmi Devi there. They say, why should we go to Lakshmi Devi there? No need for us to go there. We only pray to Radharani, no need Lakshmi. But Gurudev in one class, he was saying that in Bale 1, what is Lakshmi Devi doing? She is actually staying, Bale 1 is also called Shriji 1. The forest of Shriji. So who is this Shriji? It is Radharani. One name of Radharani in Braj is called Shriji. No, in Parsana, if you go there, they don't address Radharani as Radharani. They address her as Shriji. Shriji ki Mahal. They say Shriji's palace. So there in Bale 1, Lakshmi Devi has taken shelter of Srimati Radhika. And under the guidance of Srimati Radhika, she is performing austerities there. So if anyone goes to Bale 1 and sincerely prays to Lakshmi Devi there, then even Lakshmi Devi shall give that person some qualification to stay in Braj and perform sadhan bhajan with his desire to attain the mercy of Srimati Radhika. And that person, if he is sincere in his heart, he will also advance there. Similarly, on these days, if we pray to Rukmini Devi, that may you kindly help us, that we also advance in our Braj Bhakti, then she will also give us blessings. No? Because right now our Sthai Bhav is not fixed. When your Sthai Bhav is fixed, when your permanent sentiment is fixed in relationship to Krishna, then there is no need for you to think about Rukmini, Satyabhama and all of them. No, but now we are still not in that stage. No? Now we are still in the stage of Anartha Nivritti, Anishtita Bhakti. So there's also some gradations. We cannot jump to the top. Or else, what is the need for us to observe all these festivals like Ram Navami, Parshuram Jayanti, Narsingha Chaturdashi? We are one-pointed devotees of Krishna. What need is there? No. Like Narsingha Chaturdashi is the day after. Appearance of Narsingha Dev. And someone may say, oh, we are only worshipping Radha and Krishna and Braj. Why Narsingha Dev? Because Narsingha Dev, it is said he is like the predominating deity of like this, Vipatsaras. Vipatsa means like very terrifying rasa. You see Narsingha Dev, no, it's very terrifying form he has. So what need is there for such a terrifying form here in Braj, where Krishna is only playing on his flute, standing underneath the Kadamba tree? But still, no, we pray to Narsingha Dev. Why? Because he is Sarva Vigna Vinashakari. Whatever obstacles we face in our devotion, Nrsimhadev removes everything. So we try to bypass Nrsimhadev thinking, oh, we only want Manjari Bhav. We want to be the maid servant to Srimati Radhika, we don't care for him. And what is the use? Like once Gurudev, he came to South India and some devotees, they took him to one very ancient temple of Nrsimhadev, very ancient one. That Vyasadeva himself had established this deity of Nrsimhadev. So in Gurudev, he went there, he offered so many staustutis, the devotees did kirtan. And the devotees, they asked Gurudev, Gurudev, what should we pray for from Nrsimhadev? What should we pray? Gurudev said, pray for Radha Dasya. We pray to Nrsimhadev that he make you the maid servant of Srimati Radhika. So this way, when we pray to Nrsimhadev while having our goal in mind, what we want in life, still gradually we should proceed. So similarly here also, Rukmini Devi, she is present and we pray to her. And who is she? She is actually a manifestation of Srimati Radhika herself. Uma Rama Satya Sachi Chandra Rukmini Radha Avatare Sabe Amnayama. All the scriptures say that Uma, Parvati, Rama, Lakshmi Devi, Satya, Satyabhama, Sachi, the wife of Indra. No. And Uma Rama Satya Sachi Chandra Rukmini, Chandravali Rukmini. Who are they? Radha Avatare Sabe Amnayama. All the scriptures say they're actually manifestations of Srimati Radhika herself. No, they're not different from her. Because Radharani, she is called the Ichha Shakti of Krishna. Ichha Shakti means whatever desires Krishna has, she fulfills all of them. She fulfills all of them. If Krishna wants to become Narayan, then she becomes Lakshmi. If Krishna wants to become Shiva, then she becomes Parvati. And if Krishna wants to become Dwarkadish, then she becomes Rukmini, she becomes Chandravali, she becomes all these different queens. Because this is a service to please Krishna in every possible way. And we see Rukmini Devi, she is so submissive. She is so submissive, she does not have any of this Bhamya Bhav, this contrary mood. Once Krishna, he was joking with Rukmini and he was saying, why did you marry me? I am so unqualified. You go back to Shishupal, I'll arrange for your marriage to him. Then when she heard Krishna speak these words, she fell to the ground unconscious. Then Krishna, he brought her back to consciousness and he told Rukmini, I'm always joking with the gopis. And the gopis, they even abuse me. But why you are so sensitive? That I joked with you a little and you fell to the ground unconscious. And then Rukmini, she said, oh Prabhu, don't speak to me ever in such a way. If you speak to me like this, I'll even give up my body. No? So they say even this submissive attitude is very favorable for us. For a sadhak, for a practicing devotee. So if we pray to Rukmini Devi, that kindly make us submissive also. Right now we are very puffed up, we are very proud. So kindly make us submissive. Then she will also make us submissive. Why not? Because as a sadhak, now we have to follow this Tiradapi Sunichena, this verse. We have to learn to be tolerant, patient, forbearing, all these things. And Rukmini Devi, she will also give us these qualities. Why will she deprive us of these qualities? No. Just like how Durvasa blessed her, and for her chastity, one-pointedness, she can also make us chaste in our sadhan bhajan. No, we can also be chaste. Because right now we are not so chaste. Means we are not so one-pointed in our sadhan bhajan. No, we have so many anarthas, so many problems in our lives. But she will also help us, bless us in this way. There are so many such leelas about Rukmini Devi. Like we say once, Krishna, Narad Rishi, once he got this parijat flower from heaven. He got this parijat flower from heaven, and then when he brought this parijat flower, he told Krishna, no, give this to your most favorite queen. And Krishna was thinking, what is Narad Rishi saying? All my 16,000 queens are here and he's telling me to give it to my favorite queen. Now what will the other queens think? So Narada said, give it to him, give it, I want to see you now, giving it now, he said. So then Krishna was thinking, this Narada is even more tricky than me. I thought I was tricky, but he's trickier actually. So then Krishna closed his eyes and he pretended that he couldn't see anyone, he just gave that flower to Rukmini. And Satyabhama became so angry at Krishna. Why did you give that flower to her, to Rukmini? Then she left. And then Krishna, he told Satyabhama, what to speak of giving you a flower, I'll bring the entire tree for you. Then he went and he fought with Indra and he brought the entire Parijat tree and he planted it in Satyabhama's courtyard. But Rukmini, although Satyabhama received this entire tree of this Parijat flowers, she never became angry at Krishna. Saying, no, you only gave me one flower and you got an entire tree for her, full of flowers from this Nandan Kanan garden. Never. He said, oh, Satyabhama, indeed she is more fortunate than me. Krishna, if Krishna likes her more than me, then let it be so. Let it be so. And like we see, there's also this one more Leela, that Prabhuji always speaks of, is that Rukmini, she had this son called Pradyumna. And who was Pradyumna? Pradyumna, he was Cupid himself. He was Kamdev himself. Because we see Kamdev, he tried disturbing Lord Shiva with his 5 arrows. He was shooting each and one of these arrows, and Lord Shiva, what did he do? By his third eye, Shiva has a third eye on his forehead. He opened his third eye and he burned this Cupid to ashes. And then the wife of Cupid, Rati, she fell at the feet of Shiva. And she said, "Oh Prabhu, what have you done? You burnt my husband into ashes. Now, how will creation ever take place? Now, how does creation take place? No, it's because of Cupid. Now, man and woman, they're attracted to each other and then they unite. Children are produced. So then he said, if man and woman are attracted to each other anymore, then how will they even produce children in the first place? So then Lord Shiva, he said, all right, your husband will be born as a son of Krishna. And then you can serve him there. So then when Pradyumna was born, he looked exactly like Krishna. People could not see any difference between him and Krishna. But then there was this one demon called Sambrasur. So this Sambrasur, he knew that this same Pradyumna is going to kill me. So then what did he do? As soon as this baby was born, he entered inside that room of Rukmini and then he stole that baby. Because demons, they're very powerful. They know like black magic. No, they know how to conceal themselves, become invisible, all these things. So then this demon, he concealed himself, he went inside and stole the baby. Then he was about to bash that baby on a stone. He saw one new stone, throw that baby there. Then Narad Rishi, he came. He said, hey, what are you doing? Sambrasur. He said, kill this baby. This baby is going to kill me. And Narad said, but he's just a small baby now. To kill a small baby is a great sin. How can you kill such infants? Then he said, what should I do? He said, just place him in a river, like somewhere, and let the baby meet its fate. Then you will not be guilty of any sin as well. So then Sambrasur, he took that baby and he just threw it inside the river. And then what happened? It said one fish swallowed this baby. And then Rati, the wife of Cupid, she was serving this Sambrasur. So then what happened? This Sambrasur, he found that fish that had swallowed this baby. He took that fish and he gave it to her. So he cooked this for me. And then when she cut open that fish, she found that baby inside. And she realized it was her own husband. And then very secretly, she started raising this baby. And then gradually this baby came of age. And then she told him that actually you're my husband, Kamdev himself. And then Rati, she taught Pradyumna how to kill this demon because she had been with him all these years serving him. Then Pradyumna went and killed Sambrasur and then he was brought back to Dwaraka. And then Pradyumna, all the queens knew him to be as Krishna's son. And it was the same Pradyumna who actually is also one of the Chaturvyuhas. Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh and Vasudeva. So Vasudeva is Krishna himself. Baladev Prabhu is Sankarshan himself. And Pradyumna is Krishna's son. And who is Aniruddha? Aniruddha is Pradyumna's son. He is the grandson of Krishna. And Vajranabha, he was the great grandson. He was the son of Aniruddha. They say there are many such leaders of Rukmini Devi and Krishna. Like we see in the West also, Swami Maharaj, he established this temple, this Rukmini Dwarakadish, in one city there in the West. Initially he wanted this deity to be Radha Govind. He wanted to be named it as Radha Govind. But then by Krishna's desire anyhow, these deities are named as Rukmini Dwarakadish. I was just reading a nice history there about this Rukmini Dwarakadish. Like here it said that this temple was established in 1971, I think. It was said, I can find it here. And it said that in 1971 it was established there, and now like many such nice sevas are going on there. And also, this Dwaraka city was sunk underneath the ocean. There was this, the ocean came and swallowed this entire city. And recently, the archaeologists there, they found so many evidences, proof that the city existed. Because people, they're always saying these things are like myths. They said this is only like storytelling. But recently, archaeologists, they dove underneath the water and they found so many artifacts of Dwaraka. They saw there was a city buried underneath. They saw so many things. Even now, the archaeologists, they're going there and they're exploring this place. And they're finding so many newer and newer things. Like in this article I was just reading, one devotee is describing how they found like a huge temple there underneath in this place. So in this way, like many such glories are there about Rukmini Devi. So in this way, following the feet of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas, we can only hope that we can also be one-pointed in our seva and imbibe all these qualities, that is, eternal associates of Krishna and for him. And in this way, make our lives successful. Panchāgurudishya kripasindhubheva patanam pavanabhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Shri Gurudev ki jai, Param Gurudev ki jai, Saparsha Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanakari Rupan ki jai. Jai Gaur Devi.
की जय, Devi की श्री गुरु महाराज की जय, वर्तमान महाराज की जय जय राधे कृष्णा गोविंद जय जय राधे कृष्णा गोविंद राधे कृष्णा गोविंद जय जय श्री राधे कृष्ण गोविंद श्री राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद